Hey, man.
What's up?
You know what day it is, man?
Yeah, it's 420.
Yeah, dude. We've been just sitting around, just getting high.
You just call me Snoop Dogg. I'll call you Martha.
All right. I'll be Martha, man.
She actually just came out with her own line of cannabis-infused, I think it's skincare.
For real?
Yeah.
I hope Snoop's a part of that.
Oh, I think he is.
That would just be super smart. Mm-hmm. So it is 420, everybody. We're not actually high. That was just a little acting exercise that we just did there. A little thespians. But it is 420. So just so you know, the origins of the term 420, which is slang for like, let's go smoke weed. In 1971, 5 high school students in San Rafael, California, used the term 420 in connection with a plan to search for an abandoned cannabis crop based on a treasure map made by the grower.
Are you sure you're not high?
I'm pretty sure. Why?
Because we did the intro and we didn't stop. We just went straight into the episode.
I was going to give them that and then go to the...
Oh, maybe I'm high.
And now for Misty's... Oh, you ain't toking if you ain't choking. Okay, intro time.
I'm Misty.
And I'm Ike.
For the next 15 minutes,
We're going to debate pop culture.
my background's in music.
My background's in film.
I know the topics beforehand.
And I don't.
We check the internet for the facts,
And ruin it with opinions.
from pop rocks in your lunchbox.
To Happy Meal toys and Swatch clocks.
It's all right. Held it in too long.
You guys want to know something about marijuana?
I do.
Great. Tell us something about marijuana.
Well, I have a bunch of weird marijuana stories.
Okay.
There was an NFL player, Ricky Williams. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar with him?
Is he like current or post?
Well, he actually retired so that he could just smoke weed. He quit the NFL.
They just recently redid their marijuana laws.
Well, in February 2019, he opened up about his cannabis use and said, as I hit the road and started traveling, I kind of called it the weed fairy. Without me going to look for it, in some weird, mysterious, synchronistic way, weed would always just appear. And he went on to describe stories of cannabis manifesting itself to him in Fiji and Australia without him even mentioning it. And so basically he was just like, you know what? I don't want to play football. I just want to smoke weed.
That is interesting. I'm going to look up the NFL's rules on football.
Well, I don't think he
Nope,
quit
on
because
marijuana.
he wasn't able to smoke weed. I think he just wanted to dedicate all of his time to smoking weed.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is from April 13th, 2020. Players must take 4 random tests for marijuana during the regular season. After a first positive test, a player must enter a drug program. A second positive test will result in a $25,000 fine, and a third will lead to a 5-game suspension. Now, I heard on a podcast the other day that the level at which you have to test for in the NFL is so high.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And then the NBA, I'm going to look that up in a second. The NBA has, I think, no marijuana rules anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because it's legalized now in so many places.
And it's not a performance enhancing drug in any way.
No. I mean, I get the whole concept, like I can't go to work high and do what I do.
Right. I wouldn't
But
try
like
and do the
I
show
don't
high.
think they're necessarily going and playing ball high. They're just doing it in their off time.
Yeah, check this out. NBA players won't be tested for marijuana next year as league weighs permanent change.
Yeah, and I mean, marijuana has been long touted for healing effects too on the body. So I bet that a bunch of them are just smoking it to heal their bodies.
Yeah, well, this last year they were all in a bubble and they had to go sit in hotel rooms for. I mean, that's all you could do. You couldn't leave the bubble. So what are you're just gonna get high and play NBA 2K21 or whatever?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah. Do you have a fun story of the time you got high when you were a kid?
Okay, you're gonna laugh at me. I don't smoke weed, and I never have been a big fan of it because my first time ever smoking weed came after getting super, super drunk.
Oh no.
And then, when you're super drunk, you're like, oh, I'm going to smoke all the weed. Mm-hmm. And I remember violently puking for hours afterwards.
So you were...
So I just have that in my head of like, and I know weed has changed and there are different strains that are better and different, like whatever, blah, blah, blah. I just don't have any interest in it. And I always think back to like that first time of being violently ill because I was drunk.
Were you smoked it when you were drunk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first time, they always say you don't get high the first time you smoke it.
I don't believe that.
So I was anticipating not getting stoned. And we were at a buddy of mine's house, and he had a little brother. So it was, I won't say his name, and my other little buddy, and my buddy that became a firefighter, and myself. There were 4 of us, and 2 brothers, 2 buddies. And they were constructing a new middle and high school near his house, walking distance, maybe 3 blocks down a hill. So we go down there to the basketball courts, and we got some medical tubing, like the plastic rubbery medical tubing, and we found this like plasticky thing that looked like it could strain weed. None of us knew what we were doing.
You couldn't just get an apple and someone have an apple.
No, and then
come on.
we proceed to like smoke this weed. Now they hadn't done any landscaping yet, and they had paved the road and they had built the curbs, but they didn't put any markings on the ground. I got so high that I walked up to the only path in the grass. It ended up being the pavement, but I thought it was a river because of the sound of the wind blowing the tall grass. It sounded like water. And I was like, hey, man, how are we going to get across this river, man?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was
wow.
That was the first time I ever got high. Wow. Have you ever been into a medical marijuana shop?
Yeah, many times. Yeah, because I do use CBD, just anti-anxiety and helps me sleep and yeah.
We should figure out like when people started figuring out CBD was the good part of the cannabis.
A lot of people have known for a lot longer than what it's been popular. In fringe communities, people have been talking about the effects of CBD on kids that have like epilepsy and things like that for years.
Yeah, like rubbing it on their feet and their seizures
and
would stop.
Even the tinctures under the tongue will stop seizures.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of parents that have actually been thrown in jail or charged for trying to obtain CBD before it was a legalized, whatever for their kids.
Check this out. In the 2000s, CBD enters the mainstream for severe epileptic disorder that affects children.
Yep.
I'm going to look up which states have recreational cannabis.
Okay. Here's a funny one. Do you know the actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyer?
Yeah, I have a really funny story about him.
I have a pretty good one too.
Okay.
Listen to this shit.
Yeah.
So, he is on a plane with Chase Ergen and Alki David, who are Coca-Cola bottling heirs. No, Alki David is a Coca-Cola bottling heir. Chase Ergen is a billionaire. And his wife and mother-in-law are on this plane as well.
That's a picture of Jonathan right there.
Yeah. They're going to St. Kitts.
What's that?
It's an island.
Okay.
The rich dudes were allegedly traveling to St. Kitts to pitch their hemp products to the government. Why were Meyer and his wife and mom along for the ride? Nobody knows. On the plane, there was $1.3 million worth of what is described as cannabis and CBD products. When it grounded on the island, the 2 entrepreneurs were arrested for not having a license to import cannabis seeds and had to issue a press release about their arrest.
Whoa.
So like his wife and his mother-in-law on this private plane with these 2 dudes that have $1.3 million worth of weed and CBD products.
That's nuts.
That guy's a hot mess.
That dude.
Hot mess.
Got me. He was,
high?
No.
Oh.
Well, that's a different story. But the job so when I first started in the film business, I was a PA. They don't pay you very much, so I had to have a full-time job, and I would take sick days to do PA days. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was the star of a Hugo Boss commercial for 5 days. I was hired to be his driver on that commercial. I didn't have a driver's license. The coordinator was a buddy of mine. He rented the car in his name. I was driving Jonathan Rhys-Meyers around illegally.
Oh my God.
I got the car towed when I was on a run during filming, and I had to pay to get it out. And, well, I think production paid to get it out.
Oh, wow.
And then that job turned into that whole crew, that same director and the producers and everybody.
Yeah.
They got Rihanna's umbrella awarded at the end of the Hugo Boss commercial, and they kept everybody on. Ended up doing 31 days straight. Because at the end of the Rihanna's umbrella commercial, which is a 3-day shoot, Maybelline called and said, keep the crew, keep the cast, keep all the sets. We want to shoot a commercial at the end of the music video shoot. So that it just kept spiraling and spiraling, and that's when my freelance career started, and I've never looked back ever since. Yeah.
Here we are.
So I have a map from 2019 of, but I think I should find a better one. So bear with me just 1 second, everybody.
Yeah, a lot of states have legalized since then.
This is from 11/2020. So this is only a couple months old.
Yeah.
This is legal marijuana map.
Okay.
Where's the thing that
Look at
tells
that
us?
West Coast, best coast.
So I guess dark green is recreational.
Yeah.
Where's Colorado? There it is, Colorado. What is black? It doesn't have a key in here that says what it is.
Are you sure it's not if you go down?
I don't see the
Right,
key.
maybe not.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Thanks, everybody.
Huh.
Great. Good. This is great audio for those of us listening.
It is.
Just at
It
home.
is. The legal marijuana state map sucks.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. I think it's still illegal in the...
Light greens?
No, that's right, because that's medicinal.
It's not illegal in Arizona.
Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. Let's find a better map then.
Let's find a better map.
Can't find a better map.
I love that we both did that.
Oh, boy. A map of where weed is legal. Let's try this one. Is it just searching along at home with us?
Searching.
The internet's a little slow in the studio today. Here we go. Green is totally legal. Red is illegal. And yellow is semi-legal, which is medical.
Right.
So, yeah. Oh, that's right. And I think...
I mean, most of the country now.
I don't know how old this is. This is 2017. You can't trust the internet, folks.
It's really true.
I'm pretty sure New York State just passed recreational.
I think they did, yeah.
And I think Florida's not too far behind.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
I mean, anything goes in Florida.
What are some other interesting things about marijuana?
I've got a story for you.
All right.
This is incredible. This story is a weird weed story in name only. That's because the woman it's about, whose name is Marijuana Pepsi, has never taken a hit of Sweet Mary Jane. Born in 1972, Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke.
That's her actual name?
That is her name. Said her mom wanted to give her a name that would take her places. Considering her name alone has landed her in the news for years, her mom was right. But in June 2019, Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke earned her PhD in higher education leadership for changing populations. She did her dissertation, and it was titled Black Names in White Classrooms, Teachers' Behaviors and Students' Perceptions. She's never smoked weed. However, she thinks it's pretty rad that she took her unique name and ran with it and got a doctorate.
Wow. That's one way to just kind of turn it around.
Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke.
Do you have a
I
picture?
would murder. No, I don't, but I would kill my mother.
Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke?
Van Dyke. VANDYCK.
Images.
Marijuana Pepsi.
Here's what she looks like.
Yeah. Put her big on screen. She's beautiful.
Yeah. Dr.
Look at that smile.
That's Dr. Marijuana
That's
to you.
Dr. Marijuana Pepsi Van Dyke.
That's so funny, dude.
I am so in love with that story.
I have
So in love with it.
9 hilarious stories of a time I got high. I don't know if they're funny or not.
Ooh.
I'm reading them as we do here on the show on the fly. This one is one time I went to McDonald's. One time I went to McDonald's to satisfy my munchies. I ordered a burger only to realize in horror that the cashier was smacking her lips at me. I genuinely thought she was preparing to eat me. So I walked backwards slowly and got a friend to grab my burger for me.
That's not very funny.
It's not very funny.
Well, we all knew, of course, that Florida had to make some appearance in this episode.
Yeah.
So there was a man in Florida. I'm going to give you the police perspective of this.
Okay.
So let's say that my name is Deputy Neil Zalva. All right, so I just got a call. Guy's calling in saying his roommate stole his weed, about $20 worth, and he's pretty upset. He keeps calling 911 over and over. So I've got to give him a call to tell him to stop calling about his weed.
Hey, 911.
Someone stole my weed, man. Someone stole my weed.
Okay, you be the 911 operator.
Okay. Hello, 911.
Hey, is this 911?
Yeah, what's your emergency?
Oh man, I got a real big problem.
What's your problem?
It's a huge problem. It just keeps happening, man.
Okay, are you in any immediate danger, sir?
Oh yeah, big time.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what's going on.
I can't find my weed, man.
Sir, that's not an actual dangerous problem.
I need the police to come over here right now.
Sir, the police are not going to come and help you find your weed.
I need the cops, man. My roommate stole my weed, man.
Sir, that's a matter between you and your roommate.
Fine, I'm going to hang up.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Click.
Click. 911, what's your emergency?
Hey, man, I just called a minute ago.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I still can't find my weed, man.
Sir, I'm going to have to ask that you stop calling 911.
Well, who do you think I should call? Do they have a 420?
Maybe you should call 311. This is a non-emergency. That's the non-emergency line.
Okay, I'm going to call them, man. Click.
Click. 911, what's your emergency?
Oh, man, I thought I just called 311, man.
Sir, you're pissing me off.
I'm sorry, man. I can't find my weed, man.
Sir, I need you to hang up the phone and then lose it.
Is this 311?
This is not 311. This is 911.
All right.
That's 6 more than 311.
I'm going to try you back in a minute.
Please don't.
Click.
This is 911. What's your emergency?
Oh, shit. I thought I called.
Click.
I thought, oh, hello?
Click. Nope.
All right.
I'm on break.
And that was our skit.
That is our 420 episode.
Hey, thanks for smoking weed with us and listening to us and watching our little skits. And as long as it's not 420.
We'll see you tomorrow.